She left you, and now she's back. But not because she suddenly realized your worth. She's back because something shifted, in you or in her world. And she wants to see if the door she once closed is still unlocked. That moment right there, it's not about love, it's about power. And how you respond now determines whether she respects you or uses you again. Let's be honest, when a woman walks away, it cuts deeper than most men admit. It's not just her absence, it's the silence that follows, the unanswered why, the nights replaying every conversation, every text, wondering where it went wrong, and just when you finally start to move on, there she is. A message, a call, maybe a casual, "Hey stranger." That's not coincidence, that's testing. She wants to know if she still has emotional access to you. See, women are emotional strategists. When she left, she believed she could do better, or at least feel better. But if life didn't deliver that rush she expected, if the men she met didn't meet her emotional depth, or if your absence exposed her own emptiness, she starts to remember you, not you as you were, but you as her safe place. And her ego whispers, he'll still be there. But here's the truth most men ignore. When she comes back, she's not returning to you. She's returning to the version of herself she was when she felt wanted by you. She misses the mirror you held up that made her feel valuable. And that's why most men fall into the trap. They mistake nostalgia for connection. They think, maybe she finally realized what she lost. But in reality, she's not chasing love. She's chasing relief. Relief from regret, loneliness, or disappointment. And if you let her back in too easily, you confirm her belief that leaving you had no consequence. That she can walk away, test other waters, and return whenever she pleases, because you'll still be waiting. And once she senses that, respect dies instantly. So before you respond, pause, breathe, ask yourself, is she coming back because she truly sees your value now, or because she needs your validation to feel valuable again? Because one rebuilds a connection, and the other rebuilds a cycle. This moment isn't about whether you still want her. It's about whether you finally learn to want yourself more, because sometimes the real test isn't about whether she returns. It's about whether you'll open the same door that once broke you. When a woman returns after leaving you, her energy tells you everything before her words do. Watch closely. If she comes back calm, reflective, and accountable, she's likely grown. But if she comes back with charm, nostalgia, or a sudden burst of affection without clarity, she's not here for reconciliation, she's here for reassurance. She wants to feel that she could still have you if she wanted you. That's not love, that's ego maintenance. The worst mistake a man can make in that moment is rushing to prove he's still open to her. Because the moment she senses that eagerness, the power balance shifts again. You're no longer equals, you're the backup plan. Women feel emotional hierarchy deeply. If she knows she can leave, come back, and still find the door wide open, she won't value what's behind it. And this isn't cruelty, it's psychology. We don't chase what's guaranteed, we chase what's uncertain. Here's the truth. She remembers how you made her feel. Not the dinners, not the gifts, but the certainty you gave her. You made her feel seen, safe, and chosen. And the moment you start offering that same certainty, the second she reappears, the mystery dies again. Her emotional brain says, he's still there. I still have him. And just like that, the chase ends. Again. You have to understand something most men never do. Attraction is built on polarity, and polarity is built on unpredictability. When she left, she thought she knew you. When she comes back, your job isn't to prove you've been waiting. It's to show her that she doesn't fully know who you've become. The man she left is gone. The one standing here now doesn't operate from pain. He operates from power. That means no emotional outburst, no long explanation, no late-night messages spilling your heart. You don't need to explain your worth to someone who already walked away from it. Your calm silence, your composure, that's what speaks loudest. Because nothing confuses a woman more than realizing the man she thought she could predict has evolved beyond her expectations. Let her feel the weight of your new boundaries. Let her sense that she no longer holds emotional control. That's when her mind starts racing, not because she's manipulating, but because her instincts are triggered. She's starting to wonder, did he stop needing me? Did he move on? Did he outgrow me? And when those questions start echoing in her head, that's when the chase quietly begins, not from you, but from her. When she reaches back out, Your first instinct might be to demand answers. Why did you leave? Or what changed? But here's the truth. Her words will rarely give you clarity. Her actions will. The third thing you must understand is emotional consistency. Women often return to test if your emotions are still predictable, if she can still stir you, control your reactions, or make you chase the closure you never got. But when you meet her reappearance with calm indifference, it rewires her perception of you completely. See, before she left, she knew what triggered you. She knew how to make you prove yourself, how to make you explain, how to make you need her attention. That was her power. Not maliciously, but emotionally. When a woman knows she can affect you, she feels safe in control. But when she returns, and you no longer bite, no longer flinch, no longer perform, something shifts inside her. That emotional dominance she once had dissolves, and in its place, curiosity. She starts to look for the version of you she used to know, the man who texted too soon, who tried to fix everything, who couldn't handle the silence. And when she doesn't find him, she starts to feel the absence of control. That's when respect begins to rebuild. Not because you ignored her, but because you stayed centered. You've become emotionally neutral, and that neutrality is magnetic. It shows emotional maturity, strength, and most importantly, self-sufficiency. You must remember, the one who controls their emotions controls the connection. The one who reacts loses leverage. If she calls, don't rush to answer. If she apologizes, listen, but don't over-validate. Let her words hang in the air. Let her feel the discomfort of not knowing whether she's forgiven. Because in that uncertainty, she realizes something. Your peace no longer belongs to her. When you stay consistent, her perception of you transforms. You're no longer the man who needed closure. You are closure. You've closed that chapter within yourself. And when she sees that, she starts questioning her choices. Did I overestimate my options? Did I walk away from a man who's now out of reach? That mental shift is what draws her back emotionally. Because deep down, women crave emotional leadership, the ability to remain grounded even when feelings are strong. And when you show her that kind of stability, she can't help but lean back in. Not because she's lonely, but because you've become the emotional anchor she didn't know she was searching for. So when she comes back, remember, don't explain your worth. Embody it. Your stillness will say what words never could. Now that she's back in your orbit, the real test begins, not for her, but for you. This is where most men lose everything they just gained. Because when a woman who once left suddenly reappears, it's intoxicating. You start to feel validated again, powerful again, hopeful again. But that rush, it's the exact trap that pulls you back into the old dynamic, the one where you were emotionally dependent, not emotionally disciplined. If you want her to truly respect you this time, you have to understand one thing. Familiarity is her comfort zone, not your advantage. She expects you to fall back into old patterns, to smile too wide when she texts, to soften your boundaries the moment she flirts, to give her access before she's earned it. But a man who's truly leveled up understands something most never do. The moment you start acting like the past never happened, she starts losing interest again. When a woman comes back, it's rarely just because she missed you. It's because something about her life shifted. Maybe the new guy didn't give her the emotional stability you did. Maybe she thought the grass was greener and realized it wasn't. Or maybe, deep down, she's just checking to see if you're still emotionally available, still waiting in the same place she left you. Your job isn't to punish her for leaving. It's to reframe the power dynamic. She needs to feel that getting access to you again is a privilege, not an assumption. That means you don't rush to meet her. You don't clear your schedule for her convenience. You move with calm confidence, with quiet unpredictability. You make her earn back her place through consistency, not words but actions. When she sees you treating your peace, your time, your attention as valuable currency, something changes inside her. You stop being the man who's trying to win her back. You become the man she has to win back. That's when attraction reignites, not because you're playing games, but because you've mastered the art of restraint. Every message she sends, every time she tries to reconnect, she's subconsciously measuring your self-control. Women are instinctively drawn to men whose emotions are stable, because stability equals strength. So if you can look at her, speak to her, and still maintain that air of mystery and emotional balance, she'll feel it. She'll feel the difference between the man she left and the man who no longer needs her validation to feel powerful. And that's when she'll start to chase, not out of ego, but out of desire to feel that strength again. Because no woman truly wants to lead emotionally. Deep down, she wants to follow the man who doesn't flinch, the man who can stand in silence and still make her heart race. There's a quiet strength in a man who doesn't rush. When she reaches out again, after ghosting, leaving, or losing interest, she's not expecting silence. She's expecting eagerness, the same warmth that once made her feel adored. But when you pause before replying, when your messages are shorter, when your tone is grounded instead of emotional, that's when the power shifts. Not because you're cold, but because you're centered. Most men don't realize this. When she comes back, she's not looking for love at first. She's looking for evidence. Evidence that she still has control over your emotions. Evidence that she can still trigger that old version of you, the one who would do anything just to keep her around. If you show her that version again, you've lost before you've even started. But if you show her calm detachment, genuine peace, not bitterness, she'll sense a version of you she can't quite read anymore. And that mystery is intoxicating. Here's what happens psychologically. When you pull back your energy, she feels a void. The validation she used to get from your attention is gone, and her brain begins to crave it. You flip the script without saying a word. You're no longer the pursuer. You've become the prize. And that's when the dynamic truly changes. So when she calls, don't rush to answer. When she suggests meeting up, tell her you'll check your schedule. When she apologizes or reminisces, don't feed her nostalgia. Feed her curiosity. Smile slightly, but say less. Let silence do the work. Because in that silence, she's hearing every unspoken truth, that your worth no longer depends on her approval. This is what most men misunderstand about attraction. It's not built through words, it's built through energy. Women feel it before they analyze it. When your energy says, "I'm good with or without you," she can't help but be drawn in. It challenges her, excites her, and makes her question the choice she made when she walked away. Remember, your goal isn't to make her regret leaving. It's to make her re-see you, to realize that the man she once knew no longer exists. Because that's when she'll chase, not out of guilt, but out of curiosity. She'll start wondering, what changed in him? Who is he now? And the moment she asks herself that question, the balance of attraction has already shifted in your favor. That's emotional dominance. Not through arrogance, but through calm confidence. That's the kind of presence that makes a woman chase, even after she thought she'd moved on. When she returns, it's tempting to think this is your second chance, that if you just play it right, she'll stay for good. But that's the wrong mindset. This isn't about getting her back. It's about testing her intentions, because a woman who truly regrets losing you will move differently. Her energy will shift from pride to sincerity. She'll speak less in excuses and more in accountability. But if she's only back to soothe her ego or fill her boredom, you'll feel that too. The key is to observe, not react. When she starts sharing memories, listen, but don't dive back into the emotion of it. Stay grounded. Let her feel the gap between who you were and who you've become. You're not the man waiting for her message anymore. You're the man who rebuilt himself in her absence. That subtle difference, your calm, your self-respect, makes her rethink everything. It shows her that your worth was never negotiable, even when she tried to walk away from it. Women are drawn to men who can detach with grace. That doesn't mean ignoring her or playing games. It means valuing your peace more than her presence. Because nothing is more magnetic than a man who doesn't need validation from anyone, not even the woman who once had his heart. When you embody that energy, her emotional radar goes wild. She senses something unfamiliar, strength without bitterness, interest without neediness, affection without attachment. That's when attraction reignites from a deeper place. If she's genuine, she'll start to rebuild your trust brick by brick. She'll show consistency, curiosity, patience. She'll make space for your boundaries instead of testing them. That's the kind of woman worth giving another chance to. But if she still plays hot and cold, if she still measures her effort by your reactions, you've already outgrown her. The lesson isn't about getting her back. It's about realizing you didn't need her to validate your value. So when a woman comes back after leaving, don't see it as her choosing you again. See it as you deciding whether she still deserves access to your peace. Because this time, you're not fighting for her. You're protecting the man you've become. Now, I'll ask you something personal. If the woman who left you texted tonight, would you respond, or would you let her feel your silence? Comment your honest answer below. And if this video spoke to you, like it, subscribe, and share it with a friend who needs to hear this message today. Here's the truth that most men never accept until it's too late. When a woman comes back, she's not returning to the same man she left. She's coming back to see if she still has power. And your reaction in that moment decides everything. Because the man who collapses at the sight of her message, who floods her with affection, who acts like her presence is a gift, that man tells her, "You can leave me any time. I'll still be waiting." But the man who pauses, who takes his time, who meets her curiosity with calm, that man flips the entire dynamic. He's not trying to prove his worth anymore. He's letting her prove hers. Understand this. When she walked away, she didn't just test the relationship. She tested your strength and your silence, your growth, your peace. That was your answer. Now she's wondering if she misjudged you. If maybe, just maybe, she let go of someone she didn't fully understand. That uncertainty keeps her up at night, not because she loves you more, but because she finally realizes you're not waiting to be chosen. You've become the man who chooses, and that's what women find irresistible. A man who doesn't operate from fear. When you stop fearing loss, you start commanding respect. You're no longer chasing her validation because you've built your own. And ironically, that's when she'll chase you. She'll notice the difference in your tone, your posture, your presence. You no longer lean in. You stand tall. You're not seeking permission to be loved. You're inviting someone to earn it. But let me be clear. This isn't about revenge or proving a point. It's about emotional mastery. It's about showing yourself that you can stay centered even when the past tries to pull you back. That's the quiet power most men never learn. And it's exactly what separates boys who crave validation from men who inspire respect. So if she ever comes back, remember, don't rush, don't crumble, don't chase. Observe, let her reveal why she's really there. And only then, decide, not from emotion, but from clarity. Because when you've mastered your peace, you'll never fear losing someone who once took it from you. Now, I want to ask you something real. If she reached out to you tomorrow, would you open the door? Or would you let her feel what losing you truly means? Drop your answer in the comments. And if this message hits something inside you, like, subscribe, and share this with a friend who needs to hear it right now.